Wow, wow, wow. What a win. What a win for Manchester United. A 5-0 victory at home to RB Leipzig. Huge. That is so, so big. But obviously, it's not just the result that matters. I always say it's the result that matters. But in this instance, I want to talk about how we played and I'm just so happy, man. I'm just so, so happy after that result. Before we get into it, as always, make sure you do leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. But a 5-0 victory at home. We actually won a game at home for the first time in 6 matches. Ridiculous, ridiculous record. But hopefully this is the start of putting that right. We've got Arsenal on the weekend, but I want to start with this game. And some people will probably come on here and say that 5-0 didn't really accurately reflect the game, and that Leipzig kind of gave it to us in the end, really, in the last few minutes. But you can't argue with the scoreline. You cannot argue with that. 5-0, an absolute demolition of one of the best teams in Europe right now. No question, one of the best teams in Europe in RB Leipzig, a team that got to the semi-final last year. Everyone was saying that Nagelsmann was really hard to beat. I was worried for this game. I really, really was worried. But to be fair to Owen, to be fair to him, LSR Predinks Live, thanks for joining. We had Owen on yesterday. He said, why should we be scared of Leipzig? And to be fair, we won the game 5-0, and it was pretty comfortable in the end. I mean, obviously in the first half, and kind of going through the game, I think before we got that second goal, it was looking a bit hairy. I was thinking we're going to come away with a draw from this game. I thought my initial prediction of 1-1 was going to be spot on, but we got that second goal, and Marcus Rashford, what an impact he had off the bench. A hat-trick inside 16 minutes. 16 minutes, a hat-trick for Marcus Rashford. And he even gave the penalty to Martial. He could have had 4. He could have had 4 tonight in 16 minutes. That is mental. That is absolutely mental. Imagine coming on and scoring 4 goals in 16 minutes. But Rashford, unbelievable from him. Clinical with every chance he got. World class, really. World class. Footy Talk, thanks for coming on. Tom, thanks for coming on. Sifo and LSR and Kobe, thanks for joining. Really appreciate it, guys. As I said, if you haven't already, please do hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Sifo says, fair play, world class performance. You're not doing that to us, though. Don't be so quick to say that, Sifo. We're coming, mate. The Ollie train is coming, my friend. It's coming, and I'm not sure if you're going to be able to stop it. I'm not sure. Everyone excited in the chat. I love that. Kobe says, let's beat Arsenal GGMU. Hopefully we do continue this momentum, because if we can continue this form into the league, it will really turn our season around. And maybe this is just a little bit of a false dawn for Manchester United, but the way we played tonight and the way we played against PSG as well, we are looking like we're on the up at the moment, and we've got to enjoy it. LSR Predicts Live says, I said Leipzig with nothing to worry about, didn't I? You did say that. You definitely did say that. And Footy Live says, Rashford scored a hat-trick 1 half of a game and sent Upamecano to the shops. What's not to love? What is not to love, mate? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And speaking of that, I'm going to put the link in the chat, so if anyone wants to join in, they can do. But yet another night, yet another brilliant night for Manchester United. I mean, we love the Champions League. We love the Champions League. Matthew is never in doubt. To be fair, Matthew thought it was gonna, I think, like everyone, to be fair, have no shame in it. Have no shame in it. I think most people on the stream yesterday were saying that we're going to draw the game or even lose the game. Daryl said we might even lose the game. Daz has joined us. Thanks for joining. If you want to check out his goal reactions as well, make sure you do check them out. He did his live watch along as well, so check them out on his channel. Iron Man's joined us as well. He says we can beat Arsenal 7-0. Confident RB Leipzig is far better than the Gunners. Yeah, listen, I mean, if we put in a performance like that today, and if we're as clinical as we were today, then yeah, sure, 100% we can get the job done against Arsenal. And I think in terms of the league, this Arsenal game is massive, because similar to the Chelsea game, Arsenal and Chelsea are 2 teams which we might finish very, very close to, or are likely to finish very close to this season. So it's going to be a big test. It really, really is. But we've got our first guest on, Dazza, mate. Thank you for coming on. Really appreciate it. Hopefully you can hear me, and hopefully you guys can hear Dazza.
Thanks for fine, mate.
Nice one, Daryl. But thanks for coming on as usual. I'm sure we'll have a few more guests joining you in just a moment. But firstly, I want to get your thoughts on what was a fantastic night for Manchester United once again in Europe. I think all of us in the game, before the game, didn't really expect this sort of result. I think a lot of us thought that Leipzig were going to pose a bit of a harder challenge. But in terms of the game overall, how do you think it went?
Oh, it was stunning, mate. I was absolutely over the moon. I was also very surprised because I didn't think United were gonna. I didn't think we were gonna beat Leipzig. That's the thing. And I'm not gonna lie. I've seen a lot of performances from Leipzig recently, and they've all been good. Tonight was one of the worst Leipzig performances I've seen for a long while. I think they were shocking. They started brighter. They started brighter the two teams in the first and second half, but I don't know. Defensively, when we scored the third goal, they just capitulated defensively, and we were just finding ways straight through them. They made it very easy for us in the end.
Yeah, I agree. I think especially towards the end of that second half, they definitely made it quite easy. They were making a lot of mistakes. They just weren't. I think in the first half they had us. I think before we scored that goal, I think it was difficult for us to keep the ball. We were struggling to do it. It was difficult, and they were creating a lot of chances as well. They didn't actually have many shots on goal that David De Gea have to save, although he did make a really good save from one of the centre backs' headers. Actually, a really good reflex save. Big O's joined us as well. Thanks for joining, Owen. Appreciate it. I'm sure you're chipper after your prediction yesterday. Following on from what Darryl said, how do you sum up that game overall?
Well, thank you for having me on. Just want to say thanks to Dazza for having me on his watch along. Really enjoyed it. Brilliant result. So thanks again for that. But yeah, what did I say? I told you Leipzig was nothing to worry about. I said that why should we worry about Leipzig? And I was proven right in the end. Yeah, my prediction before the game was only 2-1. And to be fair, I did change it to 3-1 last minute. But I mean, 5-0 is ridiculous. It's such a good result. I've opened a can of Pringles, and I never usually do on a weeknight, but I have tonight.
Yeah, you never usually do you?
Well, no, it's because there was only one left in the cupboard, and I was savouring it. But I've opened it now because I'm celebrating. Chin chin to everyone in the comments.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, celebrate tonight if you have a can of pop. If you're underage. I will say to Tom, I will applaud him on the fact we did play a back four tonight and won 5-0. I will applaud him on that. The Dean Henderson thing we can leave for tonight. We can leave that. there. De Gea, brilliant performance tonight from De Gea. To be fair, earned his stripes. Finally earning his money as a Manchester United player, which is fantastic. And roll on Arsenal because it's going to be a long day for Arsenal. Long day on Sunday. Well, there you go already. Let's not get started with that already.
Time, by the way, but whilst I'm on here, I'm live on Instagram at the same time, so everyone's listening to this.
Mate, Dowell, the more the merrier. Don't worry about it. That's great. Don't worry about it. Iron Man says he's so happy with the depth we've got on our squad. I mean, to have Bruno Fernandes and Cavani to bring off from, we brought them on. We literally didn't start Bruno Fernandes. We were able to bring Bruno Fernandes on.
How good was he when he came on, by the way?
Unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable.
Which I was over the moon with.
He did, and actually, I thought he did all right. I'll ask you that in a second. Footy Talk says Upamecano who? Yeah, where was Upamecano today?
I'll tell you what, mate, we won't be saying that when we sign him in the January transfer window.
Oh yeah, we still need to sign him. He's still a decent player, but he sent him to the shops. He really, really did. And we've got finally the trio is back. Tom obviously has joined us.
We know. What is this about? 4 at the back. What? Come on, 4 at the back. When we play 4 at the back, we score 4 against Newcastle, and then we score 5 against RB Leipzig. Talk to me, please. Please talk to me.
You know what? You've cornered me on this one. However,
I've cornered you on this. I've cornered you for the past 2 weeks.
No, don't say the past 2 weeks. That's a lie. That's a lie. Cause we beat PSG with a 5, who arguably a better team. I mean, if you look at PSG, put up a better fight against us than Red Bull. Red Bull gives you wings. Whoever we just played.
Oh no! Don't call them Red Bull. They get offended when you do that. Don't.
To put into context, I'm 10 years older than RB Leipzig, so there we go. That's who we just beat.
I don't think you are.
No, yeah, because they were founded in 2009.
Oh yeah. No.
You know what? I was born in 2001. Not that it matters. I'm not getting older.
So you're not 10 years older then. So you're wrong.
I'm actually. I'm telling you what.
I told you a couple of weeks ago. He needs to go back doing maths.
I'll tell you what, we need to ask Kieran what his maths GCSE is, but hey, we're all on the tipple tonight. I'm on the cider, so if
I don't actually have a drink with me at the moment.
When are you not?
Oh yeah.
Exactly. You know, I don't care. I don't care.
Let's take a little bit of a dark turn.
I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon.
We're all over the moon. Tom's joined us as well, which is great. We've got the Three Musketeers here as well. Matthew says, "Where's your beverage?" I don't have a beverage at the moment. I'll have one later probably. Scotty B, thanks for joining, Scotty. Obviously from Daz's channel, legend.
Brew.
Yes, everyone's got a beverage. I've got some water maybe. Footy Talk, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it as well. Appreciate it, Sal. I think we've hit 300 and how many subscribers is that now? 335. No, 835.
By the way, did you hear the news about Tellers?
No, I didn't. I saw he wasn't in the squad.
Was he?
Yeah, he's not. He's not in the squad. He's been tested positive for coronavirus. That's why.
Oh, we need him against Arsenal.
2 games.
And the only worry for that is could he have infected the other members of the squad?
Oh, well, hopefully not.
He's not been at the training ground either, so.
I think there'd have been. I think there would have.
He's not been at the training ground since before the Chelsea game.
They would have separated him immediately.
Oh yeah, hopefully that's the case. Kobe, thanks. Thanks for joining. I've already said that, but thanks for joining again. He says we might be in for another 8-2 win against Arsenal. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I like your thinking. No, I'm not going to do that, Voxy lol. But thanks for joining anyway. Appreciate it.
Not that.
Right, mate.
He's still doing that, even though what I said on the screen wasn't anywhere near that.
Yeah, mate. A few more comments like that, and I'll ban you. So just be careful, mate. What you say.
Silly fart.
But what we're talking, Van der Beek, obviously. Sifo just before. Owen obviously saying it's going to be a long day for Arsenal. Sifo saying, "I love this. Getting your confidence up before we batter you. The higher they are, the harder they fall."
What a load of crap.
Okay.
What a pile of crap.
We just beat Leipzig 5-0 in Champions League. You just about scraped past Rapid Vienna.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. No, he's still salty because he's got to watch Emmerdale before Arsenal play.
Exactly, mate. We had to take the banter last year. You got to take the banter this year.
It's so good because not only are we in the Champions League, we're actually winning.
I don't see Arsenal beating any big teams in the world at the moment.
I don't see him beating Dundalk tomorrow, to be honest. I think Dundalk will give him a big test. Right, but banter aside, Donny van der Beek obviously got his start today, and I thought he did all right. He didn't obviously get an assist or a goal, but he did all right today. I thought actually he played a really good part. Yep. We'll start with Tom. What were your thoughts on Van der Beek?
Van der Beek was excellent today. And the thing was, because now I don't think Nagelsmann expected Fernandes to be on the bench. Again, Ole surprised us again. I don't think he expected that at all.
Another manager on his record as well. Another manager.
Pogba on that left-hand side. That's where he played for Juventus. Absolutely amazing today. Amazing. Best from Paul Pogba today, 100%. Much better. But getting on to Van der Beek, I think, to be honest with you, he didn't have a major influence on the game. And the reason why was because he was isolated out of the game. Because when you isolate a player out of the game, you can tell it's an intelligent player, so you don't need to, fart about trying to, tactic him out of the game or anything. You just stick a player on a player like that. But it's like you can bring on Fernandes and it'll change the game.
No, I'm just gonna say to that guy, listen, I'll give second chances, so you get one more chance, mate. Any more, and you're blocked for more. And welcome LFC LOPER2. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it.
Is this Voxy Lol in the chat?
But anyway, carry on, Tom. Sorry, I interrupt you.
No, but anyway, with Van der Beek, I think, he's deserved to start, easily ahead of such players like McTominay and everything. Tonight was just phenomenal, I went on Nick's show just a couple of minutes ago and I said about it. This United, in terms of right now and in terms of current form, this team could compete with anybody in Europe. In terms of, as of right now, the best teams in Europe. As of right now, the best teams in Europe. No. Shut. Let me finish my point. But yeah, and Dazza might get onto me here for saying about this.
I was going to say we got Bayern fan on. They got Lewandowski.
Hold on. I'm not saying we would beat Bayern Munich, but we would give Bayern Munich a game. We would give Bayern Munich
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
There's no rules. We give them a whooping.
We'll give them a game. I'm not saying we'll beat them, but we'd give them a game. And before Sifo says something in the comments about Arsenal, that Arsenal couldn't get anywhere near Bayern Munich. Go and rub off on another 10-2.
Aren't Arsenal, is it 10-2 now? I swear it's like 15-3 or something, isn't it? Like now.
Against us.
They went out some Greek farmers the other year.
Oh, Olympiacos, yeah.
Well, that's a difference. We're beating PSG in the Parc de France, and their games you wouldn't be able to tell if they played at the Emirates or the Oval. So obviously Tom's mentioned what he thought about Van der Beek. You guys concur with him, Owen? What are your thoughts?
Oh, I was a bit surprised he came off, to be honest. Obviously, the change worked, but I thought he played really well. I'm not sure about you guys, but there's something about when Van der Beek receives the ball and he passes it. He just looks so calm with it.
He's got a good touch. That's what it is.
He's one of those players who you can just tell he grew up in the Ajax Academy. The way he moves the ball,
intelligent,
and passes it. Yeah, it's mad. If Bruno Fernandes had the exact same sort of intelligence and passing, he would be one of the best players in world football.
What about that pass from Fernandes to Rashford though?
So that was a brilliant pass. And to be fair, I did think it was offside before it was given. Before I saw the
How could
replay,
it be offside? He was in his own half.
Yeah, but when I watched it with the naked eye, I thought he's got to be off. How is he that far away? But he was onside. And to be fair, I know we're on the top of Van der Beek, but the linesman was shocking tonight. Absolutely shocking. I don't know who it was. But
the Greenwood one was close. You have to give him that. The Greenwood one was close.
It was offside, actually.
It did look.
To be fair, in the watch long, we had a unanimous decision that it was offside, but we took it. So yeah, by the way, what a finish from Greenwood. But there we go. Van der Beek, I reckon he won't start against Arsenal, but he's up there. The fact is whoever we start, we have such good depth now. It's Fernandes and Van der Beek can both really impact the game. Yeah, Mata,
Pogba.
I think if I'm an Arsenal fan, if I'm Arteta, I'm thinking we need to just put 8 people in the midfield and just stop Fernandes or Van der Beek because
that's what they bought Thomas Partey for.
That's the thing, but if we can get past Thomas Partey, as I said, long day for Arsenal.
Yeah, well, Thomas Partey's one player. You're going to stick 2 of them up against one. So there you go. If one way,
I don't know what it is. No matter what form we're in, we're always confident against Arsenal. Yeah. And half the time, we just get our pants pulled down every.
Well, the thing is, going into this game, we weren't confident at all. And we come with a 5-0 win. So maybe we just not be confident. Maybe we just keep not being confident and just ride this out, ride out the wins.
So if we win 5-0 against Arsenal, I think I'll have to take out a mortgage for all the booze I'll be drinking.
If it's the other way around, probably the same result. Yeah, drink responsibly.
Yeah, please drink and gamble responsibly.
Yeah, and also, if you are under the age of 18, don't be buying alcohol.
Don't be sneaking downstairs when your mum's in bed.
Kobe, love that from Kobe. He says Rashford have a partay on Sunday. Let's keep them coming. If you've got any more partay related puns, keep them coming. We'll love to hear them. I'm sure Sifo will love to hear them as well.
He seems to have disappeared.
He has disappeared. As soon as he's under a bit of flack, he's starting to disappear a little bit. But yeah,
party poopers.
I know he put something in the chat now. He loves the confidence that we're exuberating.
But he says, no, keep up the confidence. It'll be so satisfying when we beat you. It might be. I'd love to have you on, Sifo, as well. Come, that'd be so good for that Arsenal game, for that Arsenal preview. Get you on and see what you have to say. But we haven't actually talked about Marcus Rashford yet. We have kind of touched on it, but the hat-trick hero, he's feeding kids
in less than 45 minutes.
In about 20 minutes, I think it was, and he could have had 4. If he took the penalty, he would have had 4. Ridiculous from Rashford.
Did you see Rio getting on to him saying, "No, Ronaldo and Messi wouldn't have given him the penalty."
Yeah, well, not after wouldn't, but
yeah, but when
Ronaldo, Messi's Messi.
Yeah,
He's been the most. If I'm being honest, he's been the most impressive player in the Champions League this year.
well,
In terms of the first 2 games.
He didn't want a Mickey Mouse. He didn't want a Mickey Mouse hat trick. He wanted to score 3 from open play because he could just choose to do that. But yeah, superb.
And
Rashford.
Martial get his confidence up.
Exactly,
He
team
scores.
player. I'm going to start with. Go on, Daz. What are you going to say?
4 goals in 2 games, Rashford.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on good form, mate. What were your in terms of how Rashford, the impact he had today? Do you think it was because of Leipzig having kind of tired legs? Do you think that played a massive part, or do you think Rashford was just unplayable?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, sorry, Daz.
Oh. I thought you were asking one of them, sorry.
No, sorry, I'll start with you.
No, I thought Rashford was incredible today, I have to say. As soon as he came on, certainly inspirational from him, and certainly made a bit of a difference, didn't he? And I didn't expect him to come on and score 3, so just shows, doesn't it, that sometimes the substitutes do make a difference.
The first time that a substitute's come on and scored
a hat-trick, yeah.
since Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So,
I was annoyed because the one thing that annoyed me was Martial took the pen instead of Rashford, and I was like, just give Rashford the pen. Why are you taking it?
exactly. I mean,
Rashford gave it him.
He could have come on. He could have come on. He could have come on and scored 4 goals in 20 minutes. Unbelievable.
Put the ball down for him, and he said, "You go and shoot it." So he was going to take it at first, but he decided against it.
Kobe wants to talk about David De Gea's save. Yeah, brilliant save from the header. And again, David De Gea showing why he is the number 1. Obviously, Owen, you've got...
That's pretty much 3 clean sheets.
Exactly.
Maybe 4, because 2 of the own goals in the Newcastle and PSG.
And that's why I want to throw it over to Owen, who obviously has some strong feelings about David De Gea. The fact that he thought that Dean Henderson should start pretty well every game he's been on this channel. He said Dean Henderson should start. So I'd like you to start us off. How do you rate David De Gea?
I thought, tonight he played really well. I'm not going to slate the man, but are you telling me that Dean Henderson can do a better job?
Oh, God. Come on. You said that you're going to give him, praise.
No,
I'm going to throw a curveball like that.
No, as in I'll give him credit for tonight. I mean, I don't really want to slag off players tonight. We just had an unbelievable victory. And
I didn't ask you to. You're the one doing it. I said, what do you think of his performance?
But I thought his performance was really good, to be honest. I thought he didn't have a lot to do, but when he was called upon, he kept the ball out of the net with his hands, which I guess is what a goalkeeper's meant to do.
Well, that's normal.
I just want to say, we can all talk about De Gea's performance, but I mean he was helped out by some brilliant defending, especially by Aaron Wan-Bissaka, don't you think? And
he was very good today as well. Yeah.
I know you want to talk about De Gea because you got an agenda against my opinions. But I mean Wan-Bissaka played really well. I think we should deflect onto Wan-Bissaka instead of talking about how good De Gea's performance is.
Matthew's saying you ought to be embarrassed for writing off a legend like David De Gea. So I think just to save
who's his profile picture?
It is David De Gea, to be fair, in his profile picture.
I'll take a sip and rest my case.
Is there someone backstage? Because someone's put in this private chat.
There is. Joe is backstage, but we can't get you on because you don't have your mic or camera connected. So we can't get you on, unfortunately, Joe, until you do that.
I don't even know what that is.
Joe might be Sifo.
It might be. Well, I'm not sure.
Mysterious man.
First
reveal yourself.
Yeah.
Mysterious girl, I want to get close to you.
Superb.
Where's that come from?
Solid 10 out of 10 for that.
We got Peter Andre in the call right now.
Tell you what, when we win 5-0 in the Champions League after a year out, I'm going to sing, mate.
Okay. What else we could talk about? What we talk? We obviously gone through David De Gea.
We want to talk about Rashford as well.
Yeah, Rashford, obviously. I mean, look, what he's doing right now. I mean, I kind of thought he'd have a good time this season, especially with all the positive PR he's got right now. I thought he'd have a very good season. It seems like right now he's kind of kick-starting that, which is great. And also it bolsters our forward options because you've got Greenwood scoring, Martial and Rashford all scoring. And you've got Cavani as well coming off. So much depth in there as well. Edvin, thanks for joining, appreciate it. So yeah, it's good. Like we've got solid defence, about three clean sheets in our last 3 matches. Obviously, we scored PSG's goal for them, and And
Same with Newcastle.
Well, exactly. We haven't. I don't think we've actually conceded a goal where the opposition player has directly scored a goal in like 5 matches. And I'm sure, is it 5 matches?
4.
I can't. 4 matches. It's a good record. And
wait, oh no, it is 5. Wait,
it's either 4 or 5.
It's 4 or 5 anyway.
Yeah, but whatever it is, it's quality. It is quality. Kobe's laughing. Kobe's loving it. I'm trying to think what else we can. I mean, there's not much else to say. I mean, it's a superb win.
Talk about Ole.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's a great point. Again, Nagelsmann, another body on his record for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
He loves beating Germans.
He loves beating good managers, and a lot of people said that Ole has no tactics, and he's just outwitted.
The only manager that he hasn't managed to do is Klopp. That's the only manager. He's done Pep 3 times in a season.
Klopp and Arteta is his last 2, really.
He's done Tuchel twice. He's done. Well, who else? He's done. Lampard. He's done pretty much everybody.
Pochettino
hasn't done
Pochettino.
Oh yeah, we'll see about that when we get to the final, Dad. Yeah, no. As I said, Arteta's up next, and if he hasn't got Arteta on his record yet, he needs to get Arteta on his record, and then obviously Jurgen Klopp's like the final boss. Jurgen Klopp's like the main man for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He's got him in his sights.
He's another German.
Another German. He loves it.
I'll tell you what. How good would it be to beat Liverpool in the Champions League final?
It would be great.
Far. I don't think they'll get that far. If I'm honest, without Van Dijk.
Oh yeah, true. They don't have Van Dijk, do they?
The best way to win the Champions League final would be a penalty from Bruno Fernandes in the 95th minute.
Why not?
That would sound about right.
Because it boils it boils so much piss if we got a penalty that we just didn't deserve to win the Champions League.
But let's not think that far ahead. I mean, I'm sure it would do. Sifo says Arteta will show fraud scar what a true tactician can do. I mean, people were saying Nagelsmann was a true tactician, and Ole just, wiped his. I've messed this one up. He beat him.
Well, I'll tell you what, friend and Frogers taught Arsenal a bit of a lesson, didn't he? Friend, when Leicester beat them.
Well, I can give you a talk about it if you want. A lot of people are talking about Upamecano.
Yeah, good shout.
Do you still buy him or not?
Well, yeah, I think that's good. Let's go.
Yes.
I mean, Tom, you start with it. Tom, you start. You came up with it, so you can start with it. Is Upamecano still on the site for Manchester United?
Yeah. His main target. I tweeted about it, everything. His main target. His main target for 18 months. Sancho has been passed down to second priority now because they've spent 18 months on trying to get him, and it's all bombed out. So now they've moved on to a next target. They wanted to get a centre back last minute, but they couldn't find anybody on deadline day that they could have got. So now they've made a target of Upamecano. Upamecano is the main target, and they want to activate the release clause of 38 million next summer. They want to activate that, but they won't be the only club that will activate it. So then it's up to him to choose. I'm not being funny after tonight's performance. I think he might want to choose Man United if he's going to join what's happened tonight.
Wouldn't be the worst choice. He got
sent to the shops by Rashford. But I wouldn't judge him on this game, to be honest with you, because he's been solid for past probably 18 months, nearly 2 years. And with Leipzig.
I mean, he was solid pretty well most of the game. It was only kind of when Rashford came on that he started causing problems against him. But actually, his distribution was one of the main things that impressed me about him.
Carrying the ball forward as well.
Exactly. He was so good, so comfortable on the ball. Daza, mate, you said yes, we should still go in for Upamecano. Why would you say that?
Because he is a solid defender. He's probably one of the best defenders in the Bundesliga. Leipzig have got, I'd say, one of the best teams in the Bundesliga. You've got one of the best goalkeepers, one of the best defenders. They've got one of the best, I'd say, midfielders in Sabitzer. I know he didn't do great today, but in the Bundesliga, he's great. So they have some really good players in their team. And really, if we were going to go for him, I think he'd do well.
Daza, I'll put a question to you. Do you think if Bayern Munich went in for him, do you think he'd choose Bayern Munich or Man United?
Personally, I think he'd probably do better with Bayern because he knows the league.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's the league he plays in, and he'd settle in a lot quicker. It would take him a bit. It will take him time to settle into the Premier League. The Premier League is a totally different ball game. So if it was me, if I was going to pick whether he should go to Bayern or whether go to Manchester United, probably Bayern. He'd settle in a lot quicker.
Yeah, I think
But the
usually...
thing is, would he get started ahead of Nicolas Sula and Hernandez?
That's what I mean. Whereas at Man United, there's a ready-made spot for him. That's why I asked him.
I was thinking, do you reckon it'd be Upamecano and Tuanzebe or Upamecano and Maguire going forward?
Could play three at the back. Well, you would anyway.
Well, I play all three. It's like if you pay £80 million for a centre back, you'd be your best player, or else you basically waste a load of money.
To be fair, I don't think he's been playing that badly recently.
What, Maguire?
Yeah.
I think we have to move on, don't we?
What do you mean? The last 3 games, I think he's been solid.
What? Oh, what, against Newcastle?
No, he didn't play against PSG. Chelsea.
Chelsea. Just didn't threaten. I mean, 3 teams have been really threatened. My point is that I think that Ted and Mengi's still there. We have to give him a chance.
Yeah, and I think one key point is tonight, and I don't think people will have picked up on it as well, is he played a diamond in midfield, which was different to how he was set up before. So I think the diamond suits this team a lot better, because you can play Pogba as like a left-sided midfielder. You can play Van der Beek. Well, you probably play Fernandes just ahead of him, and then I'd play Van der Beek on the right-hand sside, and then just use Matic as say the holding one or Fred.
But it plays to our strengths. We've got the depth in midfield. Why not play more midfielders? You know what I mean? We've got to play to our strength at the end of the day. Matthew says get Joe on. Joe's left, and he didn't end up coming up with a webcam on it or a mic, so we couldn't bring him in, unfortunately.
If you look at the talking points, Fred tonight, brilliant performance.
Yeah, I think breaking up the play, I think he was very, very good. But again, it just adds another question for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer going forward. You've got Van der Beek, Pogba, Fernandes, Fred. I thought McTominay, even when he came on, did well. They're all really, really hungry because they know that there's only a few starting spots there. Fred was very, very good.
Yeah, and when you've beaten the 2 hardest teams in the competition, you've gone away to one of the hardest ones in PSG. Well, probably the hardest one in the whole group. So suddenly you'd expect to go and beat Istanbul, but who knows? Man United might go over there and start and chuffing lose, because we've beaten 2 of the best, and then we'll go and lose to some, Turkish builders, and then we'll come back to England and then face Paris again, and then maybe bomb out in Germany. Who knows? But no, I think in terms of it currently right now, I think if Man United beat Istanbul, they could draw the other 3 group games and you'd still make it through. But I think the key for Man United is top this group, because PSG are looking at. If I'm being honest, PSG looks shite. I watched the Istanbul game for like 57 minutes of the game. It was absolute shite. I couldn't even see. I don't know what overhype was about, such as Mbappe and players like that. They got bailed out by a shuffling Italian reject and an Everton reject. They got bailed out by a player on loan from Everton, a player who Everton didn't even want. They got bailed out tonight.
I'm going to be honest. I feel like PSG. I think this could be the last season we see Mbappe, Neymar, and Di Maria as a front 3. I think one of them will leave.
I think Mbappe's going for me. Mbappe is going.
Yeah,
for sure. He's got to go somewhere where it's ready made. Be honest with you.
Real Madrid, maybe.
I personally, I wouldn't actually say Real Madrid. Dazza might get on to me for saying this. Lewandowski's aging a bit, but he's not past his best. But Mbappe, that is a perfect player to replace someone like Lewandowski. Perfect league for him as well.
Well, yes.
Yeah,
because Lewandowski's in his 30s, so I can understand that. But
he's still scoring 50 goals a season.
He's got 10 in the last 5 games already. But
mental.
I mean, when Lewandowski does go, yeah, I agree. I wouldn't mind having Mbappe, but I don't think Bayern would be able to afford his wages.
That's the only problem.
I don't know why I'm thinking that, because Bayern have a lot of money in the club, but I just think he'd be asking for very high.
I think
wages.
Mbappe would struggle to probably get into a team right now because I don't think Juventus have the money. I don't think he'd want to go to Juventus at the current.
They couldn't even beat Barca
at the current moment. Yeah, exactly. I don't think he'd go to Barca because of the fact, well, maybe in case Messi goes, I don't know. But the amount of money they've spent on attackers, I wouldn't expect it to be. And Koeman's going with youngsters anyway, with such as Ansu Fati, so I wouldn't expect that. Like we've just talked about with Bayern. If I'm being, I can't see Mbappe in the Premier League. Even if he went to such as a Liverpool, a City, even Man, I can't. I'd love him at Man United, but I can't see him at Man United.
I think Liverpool's the only real team he could go to.
Yeah, that's probably But
then I can't see him going if Mane and Salah are still there.
Maybe
If Mane,
City, if Aguero goes.
Well, that's the thing, because would Liverpool want to break their wage structure? Because they have to break their wage structure to have him in.
They'll have to do it if they want to buy Sancho.
Yeah. So that's the thing. And Liverpool don't like doing that.
I think Sancho's already regretting not joining Man United.
I think he wanted to join. I think it was the club that stopped him.
Yeah.
Because
it was the executives. It was Zorc. It was
exactly.
Like Zorc.
And now he's playing like shit.
Of a kid's dream.
Well, apart from he scored today.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah, but
I need to do my research more.
He saved them.
I mean, it was the penalty. So there you go.
Was it a penalty? No, it doesn't count, man. Unless it's Man United. Unless it's Bruno Fernandes, doesn't count.
So what about Martial today, then?
Yeah, Martial. Good point. Martial obviously scored. Oh no, yeah.
He looked good in moments, I think.
Well, again, it was similar to his performance against PSG. I think he's a player who does play in moments where, I mean, there was a lot of times where he did a really good kind of turn and face towards the fullback. And the good thing about Martial is when he is running at a fullback, he's very hard to stop because he gets defenders backing off because they don't want to give away a penalty.
He used to be a winger as well, and now he's inverted into a forward, so he knows that role easily when you're on the channel.
And obviously set up Rashford's third. And I thought he had a decent performance.
Sharp as hell. Cavani, I'll be honest, Cavani looks sharp as hell.
Good finish as well.
If Thiago Silva doesn't block that against Chelsea, we win that game from that Cavani chance. That goes beyond the goalkeeper. Sharp again today. Well, Martial can't play against Arsenal anyway. Why not start him? Why not start
But he
him?
can't. He's suspended, mate.
No, I mean Cavani. I'm saying play Cavani.
Oh, Cavani.
I'll tell you what, but it'd be hard to prize Greenwood. It'd be hard to prize Greenwood out of that team, though, wouldn't it? I mean, after that finish.
Well, I think do you go with a similar team that started today and put Rashford and Cavani up front, or do you go Rashford and Greenwood, or Cavani and Greenwood? Well, how do you go?
Who knows?
Who knows? It's going to be difficult.
I've got a question for you.
Go on, Daz.
I know Owen likes bagging on about these back fives.
Right, go on.
Right.
I'm interested.
What do you think works better, back four or back five?
Oh,
Back
good
four.
shout. Tom goes with back four.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. Is Owen going to go back five?
I think if you're talking about what's brought us the most joy in terms of
Back four, come on, Owen.
No, because the teams that we've played, when we play a back five, yes, we might not be as threatening going forward, but defensively we're a lot more solid. I still go with the back
We're
five.
solid tonight.
I was going to say, I thought we played very well defensively today. And
I don't think Leipzig offered a lot.
Oh, gee, oh.
Nkunku causing problems down the right-hand side.
Yeah, but that was just Luke Shaw.
Daniel were causing problems in the middle.
You've got Angelino.
He was always free, Angelino.
Man City, the bald pleb. He's running down the left-hand side causing problems. He had a few chances of his own. They did lack a lot of creativity, but
I actually want to give Lindelof credit as well for handling Poulsen. Lindelof and Maguire, because I thought they were really good. Poulsen was obviously trying to be really physical and stuff, and he was flopping, but they actually handled him really well.
Do it in Premier League.
Exactly. All right, Owen, what are your thoughts then? Obviously, you talked about the back five. What were you saying? You were saying the back five. By the way, Swazi's joined us, just saying. I don't think I've seen your name before. If you're new, thanks for joining, Swazi. He says, is Bruno off penalties now? No, I don't think he is. I think it's just... No. It was just that Rashford gave it to Martial.
He offered it up to another player.
You know, Bruno. I mean, Bruno took that free kick, and I mean, what it was. That was cheeky. That was cheeky free kick. I'm not gonna lie. But I was kind of hoping that Pog was going to hit it.
Save. That was a brilliant save as well.
Yeah, but yeah, no, Bruno's still penalty taking. Don't worry about that, mate. Don't worry about that, Swazi. But thanks for joining. So all right, let's just go around quickly. Vote back five or back four. Obviously, Tom's giving your vote. You've given your vote. You go with a back four, wouldn't you?
Yeah. I don't.
So that's one. That's one for back four. Owen, you go for a back five.
I think it depends on who you play, but yeah, overall back five.
Okay, so it's 1-1. Daz, what would you go with?
Back four.
So I got two for the
back four club.
And so I guess I'm kind of the deciding. I'm kind of the deciding vote.
Remember where your bread's buttered?
Well, no, I feel that after I would have said back five. I would have said back five. I thought we'd play a back five tonight, but after our last two performances with a back four, I'm swaying towards a back four because the fact that we like I had the same questions about like, you know, would we be able to defend properly with a back four? But tonight we proved it. So I'm going to go with a back four because we can defend.
Yeah, listen to this, right?
Luke Shaw got exposed tonight.
No, we didn't.
Owen. Just right. Accept defeat. I'm not being funny, right? I'm still waiting for this apology about a back four. Anyway, I'm still waiting for this apology.
Joe, by the way, you need your mic and webcam on until I can add you.
You said about a back four doesn't work. Where's my apology? Come on.
It's been two games now, to be fair.
It's been two games. We're not conceding.
Yeah, but the Chelsea game we didn't count because they didn't offer anything.
But they defended, so it doesn't matter.
So what?
They have attacking players.
It's like having an army base and then having like a 5-year-old kid run up to the wall and just run into the wall.
Yeah, but
it's like Timo Werner's a 5-year-old kid.
He still has a chance of scoring, does he not?
No, Tom. I will apologise and say I'm sorry because we did beat Leipzig tonight. But I apologise, and you were correct. You were correct on the back. You were correct on the back for this game. For this game, you were correct. For this game, you were correct. But I tell you what, if we play a back four against Arsenal, then they play a back. It's
going to be a long day.
Yeah, if we play. No, the thing is, if they play a back five, right? So they're going to be defensively just throwing a load of players in the back to stop us. We're going to need to be able to stop them. I think Luke Shaw against...
Why? Seriously, why? They're going to sit back. You're saying they're going to play a back five and they're going to play defensive. So why do you have to play defensive as well?
We don't have pacey players. Whereas...
We don't have pacey. What did you see tonight with Rashford?
In defence.
Oh, come on, Owen. Come on, mate.
What's Twanzebe then? What's Wan-Bissaka?
He won't play. Twanzebe won't play on Sunday. He won't play. We all know that.
You never know. You never know what can happen in the space of 3 days, 4 days.
To be fair, if Maguire and both Maguire and Lindelof get coronavirus, which I hope they don't, but if they did, then Twanzebe would slot in. But Ollie will just play. I reckon he'll play the same team he did tonight, apart from Fernandes on for Van der Beek. He'll play McTominay probably instead of Pogba, even though I play Pogba for the creativity. And Rashford will play instead of... Rashford will play instead of Martial.
Yeah, well, yeah, that has to happen, doesn't it? Because Martial's can't play.
Exactly.
So that's a good shout. That is a good shout.
Yeah. I'm just saying. Leipzig tonight.
Matthew's saying you can hear Owen's backpedaling from Southampton. If for context, that's where Matthew is.
I'm just saying Leipzig didn't offer anything tonight. So that's. Obviously we outplayed them. We played amazingly, but they didn't. No, they didn't, did they? We watched the game. They didn't. When did they have a shot on target?
They had the header.
In the first half.
To save it.
But okay, they had like 2 shots on target and one was a header.
And no, it goes back to this. You've got to beat. You can only beat what's in front of you. You can only beat what's in front of you. Like, are you really going to complain if we won the league but no team showed anything against us? Like, you'd be like, oh.
I'm not going to complain. I'm not complaining.
It was raining.
It was raining. The pitch wasn't painted right. The corner flag was in the wrong position.
I swear, we've actually won. We've won 5-0, and you've still got something to complain about. How is that happening?
Exactly.
I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, don't count your chickens on the back four.
Okay, I guess fair enough. I guess everyone's got
I
their
don't.
opinion.
I don't count my chicken.
What?
I bang money.
How has he got that picture, by the way?
Who?
We've got Joe. Who's that? Right, we're gonna take that off. I didn't know who that was, but now I know exactly what that was. Fair play.
Who was that?
I was thinking, like, how do you have that picture? Like, I've been hacked or something. Oh my god, yeah, that's an early picture. Obviously, that's it. Oh, this is great TV. This is great YouTube. Yeah. Well, I didn't know where that came from, to be honest. But cheers, Joe, for joining, wherever you are. I'm not sure if that's your real name. I'm sure it isn't your real name now, thinking about it. It's definitely not your real name. But okay, all right. Well, a 5-0. See, that's why he was coming up with these saying. I think he said, oh well, he said worst goalkeeper ever, and I'm thinking, okay, he's a bit of a crank. He must be a crank. Must be a crank caller. I've got him on, and that happened. I can't believe that happened. Oh, I'm been thrown off the scent. But shout out to him if he's still watching. But yeah, I'm probably going to wrap it up soon. I'm going to wrap it up soon because we're having fun here, but we've talked about everything that really happened, and you know what? The last thing I'm going to talk about is the group. The group as it stands. We are 3 points clear of PSG, 6+ goal difference as well, and I think goal difference is going to be absolutely huge, especially in a tight
3
group like
points
this.
clear as Leipzig as well.
Exactly. I'll just go around. Obviously, it's still kind of early in the group, but do you guys think that we're going to get out of the group now? Do you think it's pretty well done and dusted, or do you think there's still a long way to go? We'll start with Owen.
We'll get out of the group. It's not done and dusted because obviously anything can happen. But we'll get out of the group comfortably. I think we'll finish. I think these first 2 games had trouble written all over them. Away to PSG, home to Leipzig. We lose those 2 with 0 after 2 games, and yeah, we've got Istanbul 2 games, but they're not like they're obviously not as good as Leipzig or PSG, but they're not a terrible side. And,
well, I was just thinking that we play Istanbul back to back, so we could finish off the group with 2 games to go.
Knowing we'd probably play a back 5 against them.
Well, you say that, Tom. But against Istanbul, no. You know what? I might play the back 4 against Istanbul because they're not as good. But it's one of those things where
not that good.
That's novel.
We'll make out the group easily. I think we'll finish.
Do we top the group?
Yeah, easily top the group.
Easily.
And who drops down to Europa League?
PSG.
Oh, that's a shout. That is a shout.
I'm telling you now, PSG dropped down. PSG dropped down.
I mean, Leipzig
Europa League.
PSG versus Leipzig is going to be an interesting game to watch because I don't think that PSG can deal with Leipzig the way that we did, because they've only got PSG are basically give it to Mbappe, Neymar, and just pray. That's basically what they've got at the moment.
Well, Neymar went off injured.
Exactly. So I think that they've got 300 million pounds worth of attacking talent in 2 players, and they basically just give them the ball and just go, do something, please, or else we're going to go out. And that's what they'll do. They'll go out because they won't be able to handle it. So I think it'll be us first, Leipzig second, PSG third, Istanbul fourth.
And here's the thing: is because we play in Turkey against Istanbul, Başakşehir, we actually play before their game against Leipzig, so we could potentially be sitting on 9 points, whilst they're still sitting on 3 points. And if they draw that game, we suddenly have a 5-point gap on them with 3 games to go. So that is why these 2 wins for me was so big. Tom, what were your thoughts? Do you think we'll be as comfortable topping the group as Owen says? Do you think we'll even top the group? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think we'll top the group. I think Istanbul. I think we'll win both games of that. I think PSG for me. I think the returning game. I think we'll beat them. I really do. I think we'll beat them again. I think the only game I would say that I think we could possibly drop points in terms of drawing or losing is away at Leipzig. That's the only game I would really say, because you played the hardest away game that there is to play, which is away at PSG. You played if there's an atmosphere, if there's fans in the ground, Istanbul is a lot harder of a game, because when you go to Turkey, I travelled to Turkey a couple of years ago and I watched the game out there when I went on holiday. I can't remember. I think I watched Besiktas. Anyway, the crowd there is absolutely just thunderous. Fireworks, flares, everything. It is absolutely booming. They say that the Champions League finals are, the atmosphere there is amazing. This is like on a next level in terms of, because these teams aren't expected to win the Champions League, but they play against the big teams, so they're going to turn up for their team in terms of the fans. But I think, like I say, if we beat Istanbul, we've beaten all three of the teams in the group, so you got 9 points. I think we'll beat PSG in the returning leg at Old Trafford. Leipzig, if we can get a smash and grab out there, to be honest with you, Leipzig is the hardest team we will face in this group. I don't fear PSG, and even said it beforehand, because the problem with PSG is they've got all the money up front, but they've not invested any of that money in the back. That is the problem. It's just it's like Chelsea. Chelsea invested all the money in the front. They invested jack all in the back. Apart from Chilwell and then Thiago Silva for free. That's all they've done. And brought in Mendy, that's it. So, but we're looking at Man United. Man United overall are the best team in this group in terms of quality, in terms of form at the moment, and in terms of play. Because we're playing better than every single team in this group, hands down. I think we top the group, I really do. I think, personally, well, it depends. When PSG play Leipzig, the result of that match determines who comes second for me, if I'm being honest. I don't think Istanbul have got to be praying to some another generation to try and get out of the group after losing 2 matches now. But, no, I think, in terms of PSG, I think it might be a godsend for them to go to the Europa League, if I'm honest. Because I think they've got an easier opportunity of winning a European trophy that way.
Although for Tuchel, you'd argue that if he doesn't bring Champions League, he's probably out of there.
He'll get sacked, hands down. And it wouldn't surprise me if they're going to appoint someone like a Pochettino, or possibly try and get Nagelsmann. So somebody like that, it wouldn't surprise me at all. But people can compare, such as Ole and Lampard and stuff. The thing that I'll say is, Ole spent hardly anything near what Lampard has spent this summer. Yet he's beaten bigger teams than Chelsea have ever beaten, probably in the last 2 or 3 years anyway. And that's even with managers such as Sarri and Conte. I can't remember the last time Chelsea beat a European heavyweight. I can't even remember, because they've not beat anybody in years. They've not. Yeah. How many years ago was that? That was ages ago.
8 years
they got
ago. 2012
yeah. They got slapped against Bayern last year. Not a hope in hell's chance. And like I said, Man United...
Not a cat in hell's chance.
I don't think Man United will beat Bayern, but I think in terms of all the teams that there is in the world right now, they're the only team that I could really see them giving Bayern Munich an actual game in terms of playing. But I think Bayern would still win, but I think we'd be the closest team to giving them a fight for the money. But no, I think in terms of the whole group, it's a case of beat Istanbul. I think we beat PSG in the return leg, and I think... the last game might not even mean anything. We might have already been qualified, maybe top the group, who knows? But I think, when you get beyond game week 3, that's when you start to know, all right, well, this team's going to qualify hands down, and other things. But I think it's crucial if Man United get top spot, because you can get an easier tie going into the round of 16, which, I think I don't really want us to play Bayern Munich straight away in the round of 16. Maybe get to the semi-finals or something like that. If Ole took this team to the semi-finals, let's be honest, I think he's done a job beyond what everybody believes, if I'm honest. And I know this 100%. Is months away. But he spent no money. His main target, he wanted Grealish over Van der Beek and he wanted Sancho, and he got neither. He even wanted Jude Bellingham and they couldn't even get him. Brought him to Carrington and everything, and it still went somewhere else. And this is the problem. When we factor in, you put Sancho in this team, if you'd have bought him, you can put, say, a Grealish in this team if you wanted. He wanted Haaland. You look at Haaland now at Dortmund. You put him in this team with the players that we already have. It's he can recruit good play. He can recruit the best players in the world. If he doesn't make it as a manager, we should appoint him as the director of football. He should be a candidate at least, if I'm honest. Yeah. He's buying the right players, hands down. No, I'll just give a little thing. I think Van der Beek should start against Arsenal, if I'm honest, because they won't expect him to start. They won't expect him to start at all. But I'd just drop somebody like, I don't know, drop a Fred or somebody tomorrow. Not tomorrow, sorry, on Sunday anyway. And just drop somebody like that, and you can easily play the diamond again. And you can just play Matic in the defensive midfield role. And you can fit your three best midfielders in, Van der Beek, Pogba and Fernandes. And Pogba looks comfortable in that left-sided midfield role.
Yeah, he looked good tonight there. He looked good.
Yeah, hands down. So, but I think we'll top the group, and then it's a fight between PSG and Leipzig, but I personally think Leipzig will get it through.
Well, I think we play Istanbul twice in a row, so if we get 4 points from those two games, we're basically qualified already. So that's, it means those last two games against Leipzig and PSG don't even matter. But the last thing I just want to quickly go around, I saw that Kobe made a comment, says, who's your man of the match? We didn't discuss that, I realised. So we'll finish on that, and we'll go around just quickly, everyone give their man of the match. And we'll start with Daryl. Who's your man of the match tonight, mate? Oh, sorry. Daryl, your mic's muted, I think. And I haven't added you to the stream, sorry.
What's going on?
Daryl, I think your mic's muted. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened there.
No, but someone called me and then the sound just went, so I had to leave and come back. And then you just asked me a question and I wasn't even in the stream.
Sorry, Daryl, mate. This stream's very much like Leipzig. This is like Leipzig in the last 10 minutes of the game. We're just falling apart right now. No. Daryl, mate, I'm just asking, Kobe saying there who everyone thought their man of the match was. Who do you think was your man of the match tonight?
Pogba. Because I thought Pogba was brilliant, got himself obviously an assist. He was picking out some good passes, and he caused problems for their midfield. Campbell was forcing him down at times. Really, I don't think he really put a foot wrong tonight. I don't think there was anything I could really. I don't think there was really any negative stuff I could say about him. I thought he had a brilliant game for once. I was just going to say something on what Tom was saying. Leipzig are a better team at home. They're much better at home than they are away from home.
Yeah.
If we come away with a win away from home,
if we win all our games in this group and we get maximum points, wow.
We've got to be favourites to win the competition, really.
We've got to be. We're laughing about it, but seriously, we've got to be. Because we can beat any team. We can beat any team. Personally, I think we can beat any team away on any given day. In terms of away form, we've got his first win at home since the bad home record and everything. Now kick on and try and get the win against Arsenal as well. Double win at Old Trafford.
Yeah, I think we've got to keep momentum. Momentum is key. So Daz goes with Pogba. Owen, what do you use your man of the match?
Dean Henderson.
Right, that was naughty. My man of the match tonight would have probably been not Van der Beek. I'd say my man of the match tonight goes to Van der Beek.
You said not Van der Beek.
You just said not Van der Beek.
No, what about Feed the World?
You know what,
I can't say he scored a hat-trick.
My man of the match goes to Fred tonight. I think.
Okay,
I think he was breaking up the play all over the place. He was playing the ball with left foot and right foot. I thought that a lot of people obviously aren't talking about him because Rashford stole the show. But Fred tonight, with him in the
Unsung
midfield,
hero.
he was definitely. I think he deserves the recognition. I'd give him the man of the match. Although obviously there are honourable mentions of Rashford.
You could name half the team.
My man of the match goes to Fred tonight. I think.
Okay, yeah.
I think he was breaking up the play all over
yeah.
the place. He
Fair
was
play.
breaking the ball with left foot and right foot. I thought that a lot of people. What happened there?
Oh, I thought you were speaking. That's
No, I'm not speaking. Yeah, someone was playing back the stream.
Yeah, who was that? I just heard my voice like Ricky.
Some absolute cowboy in the.
so it's funny because it went silent, but like you wouldn't have been able to tell because there was still like sound like we were talking. But
so yeah, Fred for me, Fred the Red. He's had a renaissance.
Nice one, yeah. I think so. We've got Pogba and Fred. Tom, who are you gonna say?
Does it have to be a player?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yeah, obviously.
Ole.
Ollie.
Yeah,
Of course, you could class him as a former player.
yeah, exactly. Former player. Yeah. But no seriousness. I think.
To be fair, I rate the mention. Ollie does deserve a mention.
I think you could name half the team. Maguire had a good game. Lindelof, Wan-Bissaka, Fred, Pogba, Van Dijk, Fernandes when he came on, changed the game. Rashford will obviously get the headlines because of the hat trick, but Martial made some good moves and everything today. It's hard to pick one out of pretty much all the team. If I'm being honest, probably I'm not going to choose Rashford because he scored the hat trick because he's had to get stuff set up for it. It's hard. I probably have to go Pogba as well. Because Pogba, I'm going to be honest. When he was at Juventus, he had such as Pirlo there. He had Matuidi there. They played the system where Pirlo was the defensive midfielder, and then he had Pogba towards the left-hand side of midfield, and he had Matuidi towards the right-hand side of the midfield. And Pogba was on a different dimension. He was playing at that time. Yeah. And if you play a left winger if you play a left winger formation, or you use the forward and you have Rashford to drop out to a left-hand side position, Pogba and Rashford on that left-hand side, you can even factor in Tellez. So why is it?
Well, that's saying Cowboys coming to the stream again. Honestly.
No, right, yeah. Tom, finish what you're saying. Tom, and then we'll give Joe one chance.
It's just a mouth-watering prospect down that left-hand side with such as Tellez and everybody. We've got so many big players again.
I know, it's good.
Something is being built here. If you can't see that, then go to Specsavers, go to Nationwide, get a new phone to search everything up. I don't know.
I agree, mate.
I don't know why I said Nationwide because that's fine. But anyway,
there's a bit of an echo here. But Joe, mate, we'll give you basically. Right, you said in the chat. You know who the real man of the match is. So who would you nominate? He's gone.
Oh my Jesus!
All right, we'll end it there. Thank you very much for watching, guys.
Are you sure your show isn't haunted, Kieran?
I don't think so. I do not think so. And Kobe finishes off with Fred. So we've got 2 votes for Fred, 2 votes for Pogba.
You're the deciding vote.
Yeah, I think both of them are good shouts. Both of them are very good shouts. I would say I'm going to go with defender. I'm going to go with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I thought he was very good tonight as well. So I'm going to give him an honourable mention. So yeah, for me, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, but I think Pogba, Fred, Rashford, even.
You could have picked half the team.
Exactly. But I'm going to end it there. Thank you so much for everyone for coming on. Appreciate it. Even Joe. We'll give you. Okay. Fine. Just for a bit of.
Oh no.
Right. We'll end it.
Oh.
Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you're on a race. Subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Make sure to check out Daz's football stand as well. Great stuff on there if you haven't already. And I'll leave you in the capable hands of Joe here, who is... Oh, okay, right. We'll leave that. Thank you very much for watching. Appreciate everyone for coming on. I'll see you all in a bit.